Welcome to another episode of last week's Comics Today. I mentioned in my last video that this was going to be a small week, that I only had one issue on my pull list, and that is Dark Knights of Steel issue 4. But I did wind up picking up 3. These others came out in previous weeks, and I have 2 additional that I'll talk about at a future point. But let's get into this because it's going to be short. So, Dark Knights of Steel, this is issue 4, and in here it is a massive flashback story. So it's, Pennyworth is explaining things to Bruce that happened before his birth, leading up to his birth, and it's very interesting, but he's, in a couple of instances, explaining things that he wasn't present for, and I don't know that anyone would have talked about, so I don't know how he knows those things, but that's, I guess, ultimately minor. It is interesting, it's just not, the main story isn't moving forward. This is filler information about the world, about the characters, and how things sort of came to be the way they are. There have been a couple of mentions of the Green Man, and I thought I knew who that was, and it is sort of who I thought, but not in the way that I thought. So, the series is very good. The first 3 issues are fantastic. Issue 4 is, I don't want to say stagnant, but it's sort of in holding. It's fine, ultimately. It's just not, I don't know. It's okay. It's a very okay week this week. I also grabbed the first issue of the new Arrowsmith. Sort of a big deal was made about Arrowsmith when this was coming back and the previous series. And so I was curious about it. And it is fine. It's sort of an alternate history, World War I, where magic and trolls exist. And these guys fly around with the use of dragons, and they fight with swords, and there are a couple of projectile weapons as well. But it's fine. It's not great. The art's good. The story's okay. I'm not thrilled really by either, and I think the only way that I would continue reading this is if I got it for cheap. So probably not. Lastly, or at least as far as single issues go, I got the Superman and Robin special. This is essentially another Super Sons storyline by Tomasi. It is a one-shot, and I just love that these characters, anytime that these characters interact, and it's written by Tomasi. So I read the solicitation text for this, and it didn't seem like it was going to be, anything special. It's just a one-off. And so I didn't get this initially. It was a crowded week for my pull list when it came out. So I didn't rush to get it at the time because it didn't seem like he was going to be crucial in any way. It didn't seem like it was, didn't seem like I had any need for this. But it is fun. And I don't think I'm ultimately going to get what I want, which is a de-aged John. Additional Super Sons, and Challenge of the Super Sons was a kind of letdown of a book. The art was very hit or miss, and the story itself was okay. But really, I guess anytime Tomasi is going to write John and Damian, I'm still going to show up for it. And this is, once again, fun. I enjoyed it. It is not great, but it's fine. In a slow week, it was good. So that's not quite everything I got, but as far as pick of the week, it goes to Dark Knights of Steel, because this is the only one that actually came out this week. I did also pick up, this is the hardcover of Tales from the Outerverse. This is Mignola's other non-Hellboy universe. This is Baltimore and Joe the Barbarian. It is more war-focused, it's more violent, it's more horror, I guess. So I'm working my way through this. I will eventually do a video on it, but it's good. I enjoy it. I like Baltimore in general. I keep wishing for this, and I think I've mentioned this before too, is I'd like more Witchfinder. I'd love more Lobster Johnson, but this is good. I will take almost whatever he gets. I didn't get Falcon Spear, which came out recently. I did have a conversation with the comic shop manager about that, and I think I will be skipping it, but so far this is good. I will do a video on this as soon as I can. I don't know what's happening schedule wise. I did also pick up another volume of November, so this time I got volume 4. I'm still waiting on 2, which I think is coming in next week, and then I will do a video on all of that as soon as I get it read. But very small week this week. I think next week is going to be small as well. Hopefully this is a quick video, and hopefully really my pull list evens out at some point. I did just add a bunch of stuff that's coming out in March and April, so hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe it's just a slow February. But as always, I got all of my comics from a local comic shop. If you don't know where yours is, you can use this URL to find the one closest to you. Thanks for watching.